What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This your boy Avius, and we're getting ready to dive into another area on the topic of narcissism. Okay? So, this is another video. Here we go. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you guys something, okay? And this is something that you guys probably have witnessed. Some of you that are currently in narcissistic relationships, if you have not witnessed this yet, at some point throughout the relationship, you will. Whether they come straight out and tell you in plain sight or whether they subtly deliver it to you, this will happen. Narcissists love to talk about your private parts. I know, ladies and gentlemen, that's just like I said, it is what it is. A lot of times when you're dealing with narcissists, of course it, goes down to eventually you reach a point where you have sex with them, right? Well, the narcissists, they will have sex with you, but they're going to gather all these things that they feel about you. They're not going to tell you until they get really, really upset. Or some of them will actually even say it to you to belittle you, to make you feel, to bring your ego down. Like you could be in the mirror getting dressed, feeling so amazing for the night, and then all of a sudden they'll say this. But these people love to talk about people's private areas. For the gentlemen, there's female narcissists that will make you feel low. They'll tell you that you're not big enough. They'll tell you, oh, look at the way it looks. Oh, it doesn't look right. It's this, it's that, it's this. For the females, it's males that will say things about you. Oh, you're fat. Oh, I don't like this. Oh, your tits are saggy. Just different things that they say. And they do this, ladies and gentlemen, to bring you down. So what you guys have to do is keep a strong mind and remember the way that you were seeing yourself before you even were involved with the narcissist is the way it really is. That is really the clear picture. But when you get with these toxic individuals, they want you to rely on them for feedback, okay? They want you to rely on them for validation, okay? And it's the same thing vice versa. They need to be validated. It's so, in their mind is so warped, and their world is really warped. So they're going to talk about your private areas. They're going to say this, they're going to say that. A lot of times, they'll say, and these are things that a lot of people, when they hear this, they automatically start feeling bad about themselves. And it make you like when when the narcissist approaches you for sex, like you kind of sort of really don't want to sleep with them because you're like, well, you said all these horrible things about my private areas. Like I feel insecure. And this is exactly, ladies and gentlemen, where the narcissist wants you. They want you in a corner, just like that, feeling low and insecure because that gives them power. So we always must keep in our heads of who we are, because when you get with the narcissist, ladies and gentlemen, you lose yourself if you allow them to make you lose yourself. You see what I'm saying? It's up to you. Even though we're with these people and they're toxic and they're manipulative, you still have choices. You have a choice to go left or you have a choice to go right. The temptation is them putting you on a treadmill and dangling a carrot, and you're like a rabbit and you think that you're going to get to that carrot. But ladies and gentlemen, you'll never get to that carrot. You will never reach an understanding with them. You will never be able to reason with them. You guys have to understand that. So what happens is a lot of people stay in these horrible relationships and they endure this emotional abuse over and over. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is emotional abuse. They might not physically touch you, but it's emotional abuse and it's damaging. Okay. I work in healthcare. We learn about this all the time. When we're dealing with residents or patients, you have to be careful what you say, because you don't know if that's going to be very damaging to them the way you deliver it, okay? Narcissists purposely deliver damaging information to you to make you feel inadequate, to make you feel horrible about yourselves. So the way that you guys can beat this is when the narcissist says something about your private areas, when it's time for you to sleep around again, don't sleep with them. You shouldn't be sleeping with them at all, but don't sleep with them. Give them the runaround. Also, when they bring up something about your private areas, when it's time to get to that occasion, make sure you bring that back up. But remember you said this, remember you said that, but I can't tell that it was this and this and that because you're down there slop, drop, pop, lock, and dropping it. You see what I'm saying? These people, they are, and that lets you know that they know that what they say have no meaning. Okay, but they're going to say these things to you guys to tear you down. So you guys must always remember that. Yes, they're gonna talk about your private areas. This is how low down and dirty they get. You see what I'm saying? Also, another way to get them back is when it boils down to it, when it comes down to it, and it's time for you guys to have that occasion, what you guys can do is, I'm trying to think of what you guys can do strategically. What you guys can do. No sex is always the best, like, option. But there's something else you could. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Not when it gets to the occasion. When they say something about your private areas, you equally hit them back with something about theirs. And make sure you go deep, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you go deep. Because, see, even though the narcissist will make it seem like what you're saying is going in one ear and out the other, it really does affect them. And it affects them far worse than it affects you. Because, ladies and gentlemen, they already feel a void. They already don't feel good enough. So what we have to do is we have to learn to, when you're in these kind of toxic relationships, is to fight back with your words, okay? Don't let them say something and think that they're just going to get away with it. That's the key to the game. Because when you're constantly setting up boundary after boundary after boundary after boundary, the narcissist really gets upset. Okay, they grow miserable. They still have to play their part, but they're so upset because you're not allowing them to run manipulations on you. And this, a lot of times, ladies and gentlemen, is when they run for the hills. They have to look for a supply that's going to allow that to happen. And it's good because they're running right out of your life, but they're still going to leave with a rough exit. They're still going to try to leave like they discarded you. You know why, ladies and gentlemen? Because the narcissists feel like they always have to win. But that's not always the case. So I will see you guys in more videos, okay? But you guys remember what I said. I love each and every last one of you guys, and you guys be safe. All right, bye-bye.